This is Nancy. Heather, should we get started or should we wait for more people? Okay.
I think we can get rolling and hopefully we get a few more folks join.
All right. This is Nancy. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the fourth Arvin Lamont Outreach Subcommittee meeting. I am your community liaison for the Arvin and Lamont community. Before we begin today's Outreach Subcommittee meeting, we will take a few moments to set up interpretation. I will hand it off to Emilia to share those instructions in both English and Spanish.
Thank you, Nancy. Hola, muy buenas tardes a todos. Bienvenidos a su junta. Tendremos interpretación simultánea disponible para los que gusten disfrutar de la junta en español. Para poder acceder a ella, si está utilizando una computadora, buscará el icono de un mundo que aparece abajo de su pantalla y después seleccionará español. Los invitamos también a silenciar el audio original. Nuestra colega Carmen ya está dentro y debería de poder escucharla interpretando. Si usted está utilizando teléfono o tableta, buscarán los 3 puntos en la pantalla que digan More o más en español. Deslizarán arriba al menú de opciones hacia donde diga Interpretación. Lo seleccionará y luego seleccionará Español. Una vez más, silenciar el audio original al seleccionar la casilla que aparece. Y cuando han acabado, habrá un botón que diga Listo, ya no finalizar. O probablemente solamente tenga que presionar en otro lugar de su pantalla. Muchas gracias. Ahora voy a dar esas instrucciones en inglés. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. We will be providing simultaneous interpretation for today's meeting. If you would like to hear any comments or questions made in Spanish directly interpreted into English, you'll need to access the interpretation channel. In order to do so, if you're using a computer, you'll look for the globe-like icon that appears at the bottom of your screen. You'll select that globe icon, and then you'll select English. Please make sure not to mute the original audio. If you're using a cell phone or a tablet, you'll look for the 3 dots on your screen that say More. You'll then press up to the menu of options to where it says Interpretation. From there, you'll then select English. Once again, make sure not to mute the original audio. There may be a button that says Done or Finalized. Go ahead and select that. Or you may just have to tap on another part of your screen if you've already updated Zoom. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Amelia. This is Nancy again. I will go ahead and add you to the interpretation channel so we can get started. Okay, there we go. And so before we get started, we do want to go over a few housekeeping rules. So more importantly, we are doing simultaneous interpretation, so we want to be mindful of people who are in the Spanish channel. So if you can, please remember to state your name before speaking and don't speak too fast. I know sometimes we get excited and we just, want to keep talking and talking, but we want to ensure that anybody who's on the Spanish channel can understand and knows what is going on. And also, please raise your hand to ask a question during presentation and mute yourself unless you are speaking. And so with that being said, we can go ahead and do some introductions. Should we start off just picking somebody?
Here, I'll start for us.
Okay.
We'll run through the district folks, and then I'm very happy to see you all here today. Yay! My name is Heather Hanks. I'm the program manager under Jamie Holt at the district, and it is our pleasure to do outreach for the AB 617 communities, and we are in the Arvin subcommittee, Arvin Lamont subcommittee today, and I am joined by my amazing colleagues, Danny Gonzalez, Maricela Velasquez, Sarah Hassan Lane, and you've already heard from Nancy. And then in the interpreting channel, we have Amelia and Carmen. Thank you very much. Okay. The team that's here, Bianca, I see. If you're there and nearby, you want to say hello. And that's okay if not. Cesar, what about you?
Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Cesar Aguirre. I'm the co-director of the Air and Climate Justice team with the Central California Environmental Justice Network and a co-lead with the Arvin Lamont CSC.
Awesome. Thank you. I see we have a couple residents, Maria Estela, hola, Diana. Yeah. Okay. And I'm excited. We've got hi, Maria. We've got county folks here, Jenny and Julio from the county. That makes me very excited.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Jenny Penn Bell. I'm a planner with Kern County Public Works.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
You're
Everybody,
welcome.
my name is Julio, and I'm also a planner for Kern County Public Works.
Also Public Works.
Yep.
Oh, and it looks like Gabby just joined us too. Hola, Gabby. And Laura. Lots of folks today. I'm very excited. Okay. I think we've acknowledged everyone. Have we missed anyone, team? No, I think that's it. Oh, Christine's here too. Hi, Christine. All right, let's get rolling. Will you pull up the agenda?
Of course, this is Nancy. I went ahead and dropped the agenda in the chat, and I can go ahead and share my screen with the agenda for today. All right, so can everybody see the agenda? Perfect, thank you, Heather.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome everybody to the Outreach Subcommittee. This is number 4. So we are gonna, well, we already started with some of the introductions, and then so we will also be hearing from the co-leads, just some opening remarks. We want to continue the conversation from the previous Outreach Subcommittee meeting, which included the filing air quality complaint mailer campaign. And so we just have a few little updates to provide you all with and just hear some of the feedback that the community has about this. And then next we will go over the community outreach update. And then so we do have a little presentation to provide to you all. And then finally, open floor for comments and suggestions with next steps. So really the idea behind this outreach subcommittee is to hear back from the community and just to see where we can improve our, where we can go do more outreach and to see what events there are for us to attend. And we couldn't do this without, of course, you, the committee. All right. So I will go ahead and pass it on to Cesar and Bianca for any opening remarks.
Yeah, I can jump in here. I just want to thank everyone for being here. I think outreach is a very foundational part of why AB 617 has been successful and part of the evolution of the outreach for the Air District. So I think, this is definitely something that is not only beneficial to us in the community, but also helps foster the trust with the Air District so that we can get more of these programs that benefit us and our air quality and even the air quality in our own homes to make sure that all of our neighbors and community members know about it. Thank you.
This is Nancy. Greatly said, Cesar. That I truly believe in that as well. All right, so up next, we're going to be doing the filing an air quality complaint mailer campaign update. And I will go ahead and pass it on to Heather and Danny for this.
Ooh, rock,
Thanks.
paper, scissors. Go for it, Danny.
Thanks, Heather. Thanks, Nancy. So yeah, okay, first off, can you guys see my screen? The presentation? Okay, great.
Yes.
So like Nancy said and Cesar highlighted, we are going to be going over some outreach efforts, which are critical to the success of AB 617, as we've seen in the past, and we hope to continue to see in the coming months and years. So some of those updates. So with a combination of these efforts that include what is listed on the screen really here makes an emphasis on the importance of the outreach that we've done through our various campaigns in the past. It is only through these efforts that we're able to reach those community members, those neighborhoods, school districts, partnerships, stakeholders, to really emphasize the importance of the resources that we offer through the Air District, and also the programs that we're trying to promote um, through our campaigns. Um, Really, by combining these efforts, either one or two or more at times, we will really kind of maximize such efforts in a variety of ways, really, to improve the education and the awareness of air quality resources. So we'll be going over in momentarily some of these efforts, what they look like, and what we have seen in the community, and what we hope to bring again to Arvin, Lamont. So one of those is the Arvin Lamont postcard. We were able to, with guidance from CSC members and other partnerships, we were able to bring forth about 7,000 households to receive this postcard to bring attention to how to properly file an air pollution complaint. So 7,000 residents were able to receive this, become informed, and really have that access to resources on how to file a complaint. Again, this was through the guidance of CSC members like yourselves. And because of this mailer that went out, we did see an increase in the public reporting of complaints in your communities, in your neighborhoods. So obviously we were able to have our compliance department to go out there and really bring attention to this issue that you see here. And so again, this was sent out both in English and Spanish with additional resources connecting the residents directly to the hotline or the phone number, along with the QR code onto how to file independently through their own mobile device.
Danny, can I interject just a little bit?
Most definitely.
I want you made a comment that was so important, and it was really a big deal for me. I think it was 2 meetings ago, or might have been last meeting. I've lost track. But this group, this space, really changed what you see on the screen. I'm pretty sure well, I'm not pretty sure. I know we showed you a very different postcard that day. And we heard directly from you that it needs to be different. It needs to present itself differently and help the community understand what the potential things they could report are. Not just that they can report, but what does that look like? What are you even asking me to share with you? So we did that. We changed the way we presented this information, and I feel like it was impactful. To Danny's point, we definitely got an uptick in calls. Sometimes not our jurisdiction, but still an opportunity to communicate with the public and let them know what we do, that we exist, and that there is support when they face air quality issues. So I was really proud of that effort.
Great. Thanks, Heather. In addition to that postcard, we were able to, with support of Archer and Hound, our marketing agency, really do a combination of social media campaign, targeted campaigns within the Arvin Lamont community. And so not only did you receive a physical copy of this postcard, you also saw this across your social media feeds through Facebook, Instagram posts, targeting those particular neighborhoods to bring awareness to you directly. So really, it was a multi-pronged approach to ensuring that we blanketed the community in one way or another to bring awareness on how to report those complaints that you guys had. Moving forward, in discussing what does outreach look like, this is just a few examples of what over the past year outreach has looked like for the district staff to be out in your communities, ranging from just general outreach with faith-based organizations. As you see in the top left corner there, we were able to meet the mayor of Lamont, Mayor Calderon, which was amazing because in a moment, we'll talk about what that connection has led to. And then just other efforts, including but not limited to our traditional yearly back to school outreach, which provides an opportunity to connect with parents and guardians of students of Arvin Lamont to educate them on what is the resources available to them in regards to district opportunities. And obviously those annual in-person CSC meetings that we have with you guys in December. And last but not least, the Tune In Tune Up event that happened in February that we were able to connect with various members at that event as well. Last but not least, we definitely don't want to leave out our partnership with various schools in the Lamont and Arvin communities. This opportunity really allows for a fostering of relationship with various school districts that allow us to educate not only parents and students, but also staff. So we bring our resources in the presentation format to educate all of you to see what is being done to address activities that are maybe impacted by air quality issues, and what schools can do to bring a healthier community to their students. So this is something that's ongoing all year. I can't stress this enough that if you yourself as a parent or a guardian or just a resident have a connection with the school, want the district staff to go out there, please let us know. We're more than happy to provide a presentation in person, in English or in Spanish, or even over Zoom. So again, this is something that's available year round, and this is a very valuable relationship to really continue establishing that relationship with schools across the communities. And this is just kind of what it looks like, just a reminder of that full relationship that we've established over the time, and obviously bringing our no idling campaign and policies across those schools to remind parents of the dangers and the importance of turning off your vehicle while you're picking up your student. And so, like Nancy said in the beginning of this meeting, really the point of this meeting was not only to highlight some of the successful campaigns that we've had over the last few months, but also bring the opportunity to create a discussion as to where would you guys like to see us come to your community. If you being the resident that lives there, works there, where would you like our district staff to go and be able to bring attention to the resources that are available to this community? Going back a little bit, as I mentioned earlier, had the privilege and opportunity to meet the mayor of Lamont, Mayor Calderon, which she has expressed the excitement of participating in collaborating with the district to bring forth kind of a town hall symposium kind of event to the community of Lamont, and that provides the space to bring resources and education to these communities and residents. And so that's something that we are in the early stages of planning, so there's more to come on that. But we'll definitely keep you in the loop in the discussion of what that looks like and how we can collaborate to bring that to fruition. So like I said, we would welcome all questions and comments and ideas and just suggestions that you guys would like to see us participate in. So at this time, any questions or comments are welcome.
I've got a couple ideas.
Okay.
Thank you, Danny. And thank you, everyone. I know it's kind of it's an intimate space, but we're not formal. So literally, if you think of something, yeah, Cesar, just like that, jump right in. I've got several things I think we should talk about, but let's hear from you, Cesar.
Yeah, I was wondering, when y'all do outreach to the schools, is it most often like a type of health fair, or are y'all looking to do more of like a classroom level outreach?
We do it all. Sorry, Danny.
Yeah,
I was already
yeah.
unmuted. This is Heather. Actually, great question, Cesar. We would love to do all the pieces because we recognize that people take in information different ways, including, we a lot of schools do digital flyers, but we still work really hard to try and get back into the space and send actual hard copy flyers home sometimes. We work that angle. We would love to be in classrooms individually, but even better, we'd like to be in a bigger setting. We'd love to reach a whole swath of students if we could, and maybe do an assembly. We do assemblies, we do, parent presentations. Definitely the health fairs and the carnivals and things. Those are always wonderful opportunities. But we do definitely like the opportunity to drill down a little bit and have one-on-one conversations and actually sort of lift up the air quality education. More of the, this is what happens and this is the science and we want to protect you, and less of the, hey, we exist. Did you know we exist? Oh, by the way, just taking it a little bit further. Do you have context? Do you have ideas for places we should be?
Yeah, I think I was asking so that I could start brainstorming on like either local educators or
Mhm.
like department heads that
Mhm.
would be interested. And it's helpful to know that y'all are like particularly interested in doing some of the education as far as like what is the pollution and like how is it
Yes.
produced and where does it come from? Because there might be, like a certain, type of um, like science department or something that
Yes.
could be very interested in those
Yep.
types of presentations.
Bingo. And we got really, really better. We got better at some of our younger materials this year. We've got a really cool matching game and a puzzle and some very creative visual tools that we added to our arsenal this year for the littler kids. So all the way across science and high school and, in the weeds of science and general. Did you know that cars make exhaust and that's not good to breathe? All the whole gamut. Question related but unrelated. The park in Lamont has been on our list. And I know we've tried calling around Public Works and I assume Parks and Rec at the county or whomever's in charge of that. Do either of our contacts on the call today know who manages that park that's headed to Lamont and who we could just chat about the potential for electric vehicle charging with? We have like a list of ideas like this where we're just trying to sort of make connections. In the same vein, we'd love to find businesses to add chargers to.
Are you looking for charging stations like in the park, or is it for like transit?
We would love to fund potentially charging stations for public use at your park. I realize there's probably already a master plan.
Okay. Yes, you would have to get with our general services department. And I'm not sure we have any contact information
No, I would
for
love
that
a
department.
specific one.
Okay. If you want to send me an email,
Yes.
and then I can see if I can forward it to the correct people.
Cool.
I'm not sure who would be in charge, but there is some planners in the public works, I'm sorry, in the general services department, and I can forward to one of them.
Sweet.
Okay.
And thank you. And this is literally sort of what we're up to. Like, this is where the rubber meets the road. We sit in our staff spaces here at the district and brainstorm. Who can we call? Where can we reach out? It's literally these awesome connections, even just you referring us, that have connected us to some really cool projects. So thank you.
Of course. But yes, if you want to send me that email with your info, and I can forward it to that planner.
Excellent. Will do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so that was definitely on my list. I know we have several things on our list like that, Danny. You jump in at any time. Oh, also, we still have magnets. We talked about that complaint postcard that we sent home, but we have magnets. We'd happy to share them if you guys are going to be at an event or at a space where, like, I don't know, you're convening community leaders or something. Love to give you supplies to hand out too. Keep that in mind. And while we're thinking and percolating, I want to go back to something Danny mentioned. And I think it's a potential, that we have a lot of potential with this idea, but what can you think of off the top of your head that occurs in the fall, thinking like September through the end of the year, that's the biggest community thing that happens in your community in the fall? My first thought was that Harvest Festival?
Yeah.
Yes, stuff like that. The reason I asked that question is for you to think about those spaces and those kind of events, because that's the kind of thing we want to either link up with or potentially sort of on a smaller scale create ourselves. That's where the mayor of Lamont came in. She's really interested in really maybe locking in and doing a community-based event where we bring all of these things that we've always long talked about with you to bear in front of them, right? Bring out lawnmower examples and the information about our programs and educational materials, all of the pieces that we talk about regularly with you, and maybe have a big event. Anything come to mind? The Harvest Festival, maybe? Weed Patch has or maybe it is in Weed Patch. Is the Harvest Festival in Weed Patch? I've lost track. Tim.
It's actually in Lamont, and Lamont does not have a mayor.
Oh,
Hey, then sorry, I keep doing that. It's the Arvin mayor.
Arvin. Sorry about that.
I know Lamont's on a corporate. I have done that 3 times this week. Thank you for correcting me.
Okay. And then I think an outreach program with the Harvest Festival would be great. One of the things that I would also like to see is potentially advising the community, especially wildfire season is starting, and how wildfire pollution retains and maintains in the valley, which also produces.
Your timing is great. It's funny. We just chatted about actually bringing that presentation back to the full CSC meeting the next time we meet. Did that land on the agenda? I think Nancy's saying yes. Yeah.
And then one of the things I will also see, because I think I brought it up last year when we also had the similar meeting, is I would like to see PG&E come and tell us what they are doing, both PG&E and SoCal, what they're doing to prevent fires outside our region.
Got it. Got it. I will ask Steph to weigh in on that too. Measures. Cool. Okay. Got it. Thank you, Tim. Hi, Bianca.
Hi, sorry I wasn't able to I couldn't get my mic open, but
You're good.
I was also thinking parent nights at the beginning of the school year. Usually they have parent nights in different schools, and everybody, mostly all parents, I'm including myself, have to go to meet the teacher and all that stuff, and usually it's in the evenings. That would be one of them. That's a little bit of what I have. And also they do have food distributions. In the Facebook group, that they have one in Lamont and they have one in Arvin, and they usually have them bi-weekly or monthly food distributions, and it does hold a good number of folks there.
Excellent. Okay. Is it who did you say hosts it? Is it not a CBO?
I know that Mayor Calderon does sometimes participate in those food distributions. And there's also a food bank in the Arvin area. I'm not sure if it's still going on, but
I think it's between CapK and Catholic Charities. Sorry, Danny here. But yeah, I think from what I've seen, Bianca, thanks for sharing that. I think it's between CapK and Catholic Charities that have hosted these in the past.
Got it. Have we ever been to one?
No, I think the last time when there was one being implemented, we were there for air purifier distribution.
Gotcha.
So those just happened simultaneously.
Got it.
So it's CapK does the food distribution out of Di Giorgio Park.
Oh, hi, Christine.
Hi, I'm here. I'm just being quiet today.
Yeah. All good.
And if you want to organize an event and include the mayor, just let me know. I can reach out to her about anything.
Fantastic. Thank you. I actually think part of the team had a good chat with her this week. Yeah, cool.
That's great.
I know. I'm very thankful for those connections, because if there's anything I've noticed in all of this work we do, it is literally the humans that bring it forward. And I'm very thankful for all of you. Sarah, I'm looking at you. We've got kind of in the mix of all of this coming down the pipe another more event, do we, for Arvin? Yes, no?
Yes, eventually, yeah, we do have a lawnmower event, enough money for another lawnmower event. So hopefully towards the end of the year.
Okay. So I'm wondering, yeah, just thinking out loud, we know that the lawnmower events are also a way to capture attention and sort of busyness. So we'll make sure we take advantage of that and just add it to the list of things coming up.
This is Nancy. Cesar, I see your hand up. Or Tim.
Yeah, thank you. I think with Arvin High School, like the high school for both Arvin and Lamont, and some of the folks from Lamont also going to Miramonte. I think maybe game at the high schools would be a good idea, just because I know it's one of the more like busy football games, and maybe at the game would be something that you would come across quite a bit of folks.
I heard most of that, but it cut out right when you said it. I assume you said like the homecoming game or something for Arvin? I missed that detail.
Yes. Yeah, for the homecoming game for the Arvin High School and also
it.
for Miramonte.
Miramonte, is that the other school? Is that the junior
Yeah.
high? Got it.
Yeah, it's the high school that's to the south of the 58. And there's some folks from Lamont that may be going to Miramonte instead of Arvin.
Oh, I see. Got it. All right. Ooh, homecoming would be fun. Mental note to check out that schedule. Oh.
This is Nancy. Tim, did you have a question or a comment?
No, to add on to that, to the schools, I don't know if they're gonna have it this year, but during the summer, in Lamont, there's a backpack giveaway.
Oh, hey.
And but I don't know if they're gonna. It used to be the Chamber of Commerce that used to host it. I'm not sure if they're gonna host it. It might be the resource center that's there in the service the area. They might host it, but that would be a great area where you can meet people because the parents will bring the children to pick up their backpacks.
Got it. We should put a file a complaint postcard in every backpack. I'm sure there's lots of people that would want to have their message in every backpack, but yeah. All right, look, we're doing some research already. I think last year homecoming week was the second week of October, so that gives us an idea. Thank you for looking that up. Team, do we have another slide deck, or was that the only one?
That was it, Heather.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead, Nancy.
Oh, no, I was just going to say this is Nancy. Yeah, the purpose of this meeting is just to kind of hear any comments, feedback from the community, just to make sure, that we're not missing any events. And also, I just wanted to say that this isn't going to be the last time that we're going to be, receiving these notices of events. Please email us, call us. I'll go ahead and drop down my contact information. And, we would like to hear from the committee just to see where else we can go provide some of these resources and information to reach as many people as we can.
General Store. Who's the thank you for that link in chat. Julio, who is the director of general services? Do you know? Just curious.
I have to look that up real quick. I'm sorry.
I know. I was looking too. I was like, "There's no name there." I was just curious. It's okay if you don't have it.
General, it's the general line for general service.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I would have to check on that director.
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Oh, and then there's Nancy's email in chat. Okay, we talked about a potential community event in the fall. We talked about maybe connecting on charge up locations. I'm going to send an email to the county and we are going to figure out who's behind that Lamont Park and see if we can't give them chargers or work that in the future of that park. We're going to map out homecoming, potentially a backpack giveaway, other events as we look into the fall, and then certainly added to that mix somewhere a lawnmower event and another chance to reach out. I also think that probably as we go from one thing to the next, we may shift gears and then look for the food distributions. Like we certainly are at 8 counties, right? We're cover the whole valley, so we can't always be in Arvin, but we definitely will always want to be in Arvin. But we will spread it out and see a good list, and then keep you up to date of what that is. We've got a couple of recommendations to start. Instead of after the fact or while we're at an event, do a preview on Nextdoor. Be like, this event is coming, residents of Arvin and Lamont. We're going to be there. Come out and see us, and try and do some solicitation that way too. We got the wildfire information coming down the pipe, probably next meeting. Fingers crossed that we don't need it before then. And then maybe come again, depending on how things look. Maybe we do another, like during, what am I trying to say? I almost said check before you burn. During residential wood smoke reduction season, maybe we tee up the postcard again, and maybe change the angle just slightly, but try and sort of, get present again in the conversations of community residents when it comes to the wintertime pollution. And that's all I got. It's 4:37. Sorry, somebody was at my door. Any feedback, community, team? Anything you haven't heard us say that you were hoping we would say? So quiet.
Would y'all have a timeline of the upcoming events that the Air District is planning to be a part of in the Arvin Lamont area?
Yeah, in fact, that's what we'll work on putting together. Exactly. In fact, we've got a small space online that we try and put it to. I'll check in on that, but that's kind of where we're at. Regrouping this summer, getting our tools together, and making, if we can hit that backpack event, but making sort of some robust plans for fall. There it is. Thanks, Nancy. Is it current?
This is Nancy. Yes, this is for it. So this tracker just showcases every event that we, the district, has been to.
Got it.
So this does include 2025. So we would like to continue growing this list. So please, let us know of any upcoming events that you may find out. I went ahead and dropped down my email address and my phone number just in case you want to reach me with any information.
Thank you. The one little detail of note that maybe you guys can take to your communities and neighbors is that the Clean Air Rooms program for the entire valley had limited funding. It's kind of winding down, but there's a tiny bit left. And we want you to hopefully maybe connect that to people you know. There's like 45 air purifiers left in the inventory for Kern County. So ahead of this summer's, I'm knocking on wood, wildfire season, if you end up in a conversation with somebody or you're at a health clinic, we've got 40 something more. So chances are they can still get one if they act soon. But just passing that along to have folks take advantage of the last few in that program. And thank you, Madi, for reminding me. I think that's all we got. We can give you 20 minutes back unless I've missed something. Oh, yes, thank you. That's the link. Nancy dropped the link. That's where folks go. Someone that asthmatic or certainly won't be able to handle wildfire season, send them to that link sooner than later to get one of those. It takes a few weeks and it would just show up at their house. Yes, Madi's got a good point. If they don't have internet, they can call us too, and we'll fill it out for them over the phone. In Spanish or English. And actually, if we had other languages, we would do our best to accommodate too. Bianca.
I have a list. Can I call Mari after? And I have the IDs and everything, but I haven't been able to call or submit the application.
Please, sooner the better, Bianca. Yes, please, please. Yeah, Mari's shaking her head. Yes, please. In fact, don't hang up. Let's just talk right now. Cool. Okay. I think that's a wrap, team. Have a lovely Tuesday, everyone.
All right. Thank you, Heather.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
I'll call you in a little bit, Mari.
Cool.
Hi, everyone.
Bye.